A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Trump's inauguration was shocking in itself, so it's no surprise that the event produced moments the internet is still buzzing about. From unexpected appearances to viral mishaps, the day was filled with memorable highlights and controversies. Join us as we dive into the most talked about guests, with Usance and Hillary Clinton stealing the spotlight for very different reasons. From fashion statements gone wrong to unexpected reactions, here's what you missed, and trust us, it's shocking. I am grateful to all of you for the trust you've placed in him and in our family. Surprise guests at Trump's 2025 inauguration. The internet is still buzzing about the high-profile guests, unexpected appearances, and no-shows at Donald Trump's second inauguration. With temperatures plunging to record lows, the historic event was moved inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda, an unusual decision that hadn't been made since Ronald Reagan's freezing 1985 ceremony. Yet despite the intimate setting, the guest list was nothing short of spectacular. From political heavyweights to billionaire tech moguls and foreign leaders, this moment was packed with intrigue, whispers, and even a few gasps. As Donald Trump prepared to be sworn into office next week, details of the guest list emerged. Those handpicked by the president-elect to run key departments continued to be tested on Capitol Hill. The most striking moment? The unprecedented sight of all four living former U.S. presidents, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden, sitting in attendance. With Trump set to take the oath just feet away, the former presidents maintained their usual composure, though sharp-eyed viewers caught a few knowing glances exchanged between them. Some cameras caught Kamala Harris offering a polite nod, though speculation ran wild online about what she was really thinking at that moment. Another face that drew whispers, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, seated beside Bill Clinton. Given her long and often bitter history with Trump, her presence made for a dramatic visual. The same went for former Vice President Mike Pence, who attended despite his fallout with Trump following the events of January 6, 2021. Then there was former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who had been both ally and adversary to Trump over the years, now sitting quietly in the audience. All 9 Supreme Court justices were in attendance, along with former Justice Stephen Breyer. With Trump having appointed 3 of them during his first term, their presence was a reminder of his lasting impact on the judiciary. One of the biggest talking points? The unexpected presence of tech titans, many of whom had once been at odds with Trump. Seated in a powerful row were Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Apple's Tim Cook, and Google's Sundar Pichai. Once criticized by Trump for their handling of social media and online censorship, their attendance raised eyebrows. The fact that they were seated near Trump's proposed cabinet picks suggested that bridges had been rebuilt, or at least that powerful business interests were at play. Even TikTok CEO Shou Zi Chew was in the room, just as the U.S. government was on the verge of banning his app unless it severed ties with its Chinese parent company. For the first time in modern history, foreign leaders attended a U.S. presidential inauguration, breaking long-standing diplomatic norms. Among them were Argentina's President Javier Milei and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. But what really sent the press into a frenzy was the presence of China's Vice President Han Zheng, attending on behalf of Xi Jinping. As expected, Trump's family had prime seating. Melania Trump, poised as ever, was joined by her son Barron, whose towering height caught the attention of viewers. Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Ivanka Trump with Jared Kushner, and Tiffany Trump with her husband Michael Boulos were all present, making this a full family affair. Some online commentators couldn't help but compare the scene to a royal coronation, given the family's continued political influence. But who was missing? Former First Lady Michelle Obama. While Barack Obama attended, Michelle's decision to skip the event did not go unnoticed. The same went for former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a central figure in Trump's first term. Impeachment, though no official reasons were given for their absences, sent the speculation machine into overdrive. The viral moments from Trump's 2025 inauguration were inevitable. With this kind of guest list, the day couldn't have gone without some incidents. here are some of the best viral moments from Donald Trump's second inauguration. Every inauguration has a touch of romance, but Trump and Melania's attempt at a celebratory kiss turned into an instant meme. As Trump leaned in to kiss his wife before taking the oath, Melania's wide-brimmed hat got in the way, blocking the kiss entirely. The moment was painfully awkward, and of course, social media had a field day. One user joked, "Melania's hat is the real MVP, best defensive play of the season." Others pointed out that the former First Lady's hat might have been a strategic choice. Whether it was accidental or intentional, the moment quickly became one of the most talked about clips of the day. While most attendees were wrapped in formal coats and elegant attire, Senator John Fetterman made his entrance in his signature black hoodie and gray shorts. The contrast was almost comical. Melania was standing nearby in a dramatic high-fashion outfit, while John looked like he had just stopped by on his way to a casual coffee run. The outfit choice was especially bold given the record-low temperatures that forced the ceremony indoors. Yet, John stood there, unbothered by the cold, looking exactly as he always does. In a seating arrangement that raised plenty of eyebrows, TikTok CEO Shou Chu was spotted sitting near intelligence chief nominee Tulsi Gabbard. Given the ongoing security concerns about TikTok and its ties to China, the sight of the two in close proximity sent the internet into overdrive. Memes rolled in instantly, with one user captioning a photo of them, "FBI, open up." Others joked that this was the most awkward seating arrangement of all time. While no visible tension was apparent between the two, the irony wasn't lost on anyone. Carrie Underwood's performance of America the Beautiful was set to be a highlight of the ceremony, until her background music suddenly cut out. Instead of panicking, Underwood powered through, transitioning seamlessly into an a cappella version. The audience was momentarily stunned, but after a few seconds, the Armed Forces Chorus and the United States Naval Academy Choir jumped in to support her. The performance turned into an unexpectedly powerful moment, with the crowd ultimately giving her a standing ovation. With the Capitol Rotunda's limited seating, many attendees had to watch the inauguration from the Capitol Visitor Center's Emancipation Hall. After his speech, Trump made a surprise visit to the overflow crowd, joking, "You're a younger, far more beautiful audience than the one I just spoke to." The moment played well with his supporters, though his speech had already tested the patience of some. Originally meant to be a brief thank you, Trump went off script, speaking for nearly 30 minutes in what felt like a campaign rally. Some in the crowd could be seen chatting among themselves as the speech dragged on, but the internet was quick to latch onto his comment about the audience being beautiful. Before the ceremony, it was widely reported that Trump would take the oath of office with 2 Bibles, his family's and the historic Lincoln Bible. However, when the moment arrived, Trump simply raised his right hand without touching either book. Political historians were quick to point out that while this wasn't a legal requirement, it was certainly unusual. In fact, it may have been the first time in modern history that a U.S. president skipped placing his hand on a Bible during the oath. The internet debated whether this was a deliberate choice or just an oversight, but either way, it became a hot topic of discussion. Elon Musk is known for his eccentricities, and he didn't disappoint at Trump's post-inauguration celebrations. The billionaire took to the stage at a rally in Capital One Arena and broke into an impromptu dance, fist-pumping, hopping in place, and even shouting, "Yes." Musk's moves were something to behold. The internet immediately compared them to his previous awkward dance moments, with some calling it the Dogecoin Shuffle. Others joked that he was celebrating a new SpaceX launch or maybe just the fact that he had survived another year of controversy. Regardless, Elon once again proved that he knows how to steal the show. While these moments grabbed attention during the event, social media later uncovered even more hidden gems. This time, they involved Second Lady Usha Vance and Hillary Clinton. Usha Vance's bold pink fashion choice stood out. Let's first acknowledge that Usha is usually a fashion favorite. The Second Lady has consistently wowed at public appearances, turning heads with her elegant and refined choices. But at Donald Trump's 2025 inauguration, her much-anticipated outfit, an Oscar de la Renta pale pink coat, did not go as planned. What she likely envisioned as a graceful, sophisticated moment turned into one of the most polarizing fashion statements of the event. While she clearly put thought into the meaning behind her look, the internet was ruthless, and social media users wasted no time ranking her ensemble among the worst of the day. Before we dive into the internet's reaction, let's talk about why she chose this look. The shade of pink she wore wasn't just a random color, it holds cultural significance. In Indian tradition, pink symbolizes charm, beauty, and the celebration of good triumphing over evil. Given the historic nature of the day, it makes sense that she'd want to embrace something meaningful. She paired the coat with matching suede boots, tan gloves, and a chic updo, seemingly drawing inspiration from timeless icons like Audrey Hepburn and Grace Kelly. It was an outfit meant to exude grace, power, and femininity. But despite the thoughtfulness behind it, the execution didn't land. One of the harshest and funniest comparisons came almost immediately. People likened her pink coat to a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. The shade, the oversized collar, and the structured design all combined into what some saw as an over-the-top, bubblegum-colored fashion misstep. Memes started rolling in with side-by-side images of Usha and the iconic pink stomach relief bottle. The reaction was swift and brutal, proving that even the most well-intentioned fashion choices can miss the mark. While the pink color was a major talking point, it was the coat's exaggerated collar that really stole the conversation. Some fashion critics called it over-designed, while others simply said it swallowed her up. Instead of complimenting her elegant features, the oversized scarf-like structure seemed to overwhelm them. One user joked, "I think the coat is wearing her, not the other way around." Another commented, "She looks like she's being hugged by a giant pink marshmallow." In the world of high-profile fashion, balance is everything, and unfortunately, this coat tipped too far into statement territory. Now, to be fair, Usha usually knows how to dress. Just the night before, she had completely dazzled at a black-tie dinner in a breathtaking custom black velvet gown by Oscar de la Renta. The dress had cascading floral details, a sweetheart neckline, and exuded effortless elegance. But the inauguration look? It was a different story. Many fashion commentators felt that the pink ensemble was just too much color, too much structure, and too much effort to stand out. As cameras focused on Vice President J.D. Vance taking his oath, it was his wife, Usha, who had a completely different challenge unfolding right next to him, wrangling their young children while maintaining the composure expected of a second lady. With 3 kids in tow, including 5-year-old Maribel Rose and their 7-year-old twins, Vic and Yuan, the Vance family was ready for a long day of historic moments. But anyone who has children knows that expecting them to sit still through a formal event is a dream at best. And that's exactly what played out in real time. Usha stood gracefully by her husband's side as he took the oath, holding little Maribel in her arms. Her daughter, adorably dressed in a light-colored coat, seemed content, thumb in mouth, cuddled up against her mother. But the true challenge came from her elder son, who, like any 7-year-old at a long-grown-up event, quickly reached his limit. As J.D. Vance was being sworn in, cameras caught a hilarious and incredibly relatable moment. Yuan, clearly antsy and unimpressed with the formality of it all, decided to keep himself entertained in a way that only a child could, by playfully scratching his parents' heads. At first, Usha remained calm, gently redirecting his hands. But as the little troublemaker kept pushing his luck, she had to step in with a firm but loving intervention. The universal mom look, you know the one. The slight tilt of the head, the narrowed eyes, and the unspoken "try me, I dare you." But Yuan wasn't done. A few minutes later, he was back at it, fidgeting and pushing boundaries. Once again, Usha, trying to stay composed in front of the entire world, reached out and put an end to the antics with a firm but loving gesture. The moment quickly went viral, with social media exploding in laughter and sympathy. Moms everywhere saw themselves in Usha and flooded social media with comments about how relatable she was. Usha Vance trying to discipline her kid while standing on stage at the inauguration is the most mom thing I've ever seen, one comment read. Some even joked that it was the realest moment of the entire inauguration. One tweet summed it up perfectly, forget the speeches, the historical significance, and the formalities. Usha fighting off a restless 7-year-old is the content I needed today. While some might brush it off as just a cute or funny moment, the reality is that Usha's brief struggle with her son represented something much bigger: family, realness, and the everyday challenges of being a parent, no matter how grand the occasion. As the wife of the vice president, Usha has now stepped into a highly visible role where every move she makes will be watched and scrutinized. Yet in that moment, she wasn't just the second lady, she was a mother first. The fact that she handled it with such grace while cameras rolled only made people appreciate her more. It was a reminder that even at the highest levels of government, families are still just families. Kids will still be kids, and moms will always be moms. However, Usha is not the only one who attracted attention during this important day. The second moment concerns Hillary Clinton. So, this is what you missed on Inauguration Day today, and believe us, it's shocking. Clinton arrived in a striking Democratic blue ensemble by designer Stella McCartney. A tailored navy coat and matching trousers exuded both elegance and power. The outfit, completed with a blue and gold pin, sent a subtle but clear political message, a nod to her party and its values. But what truly caught the internet's attention wasn't her outfit. It was her reaction during Trump's speech. While most attendees maintained a composed, neutral expression, Hillary couldn't hide her amusement when Trump confidently announced, "A short time from now, we will be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America." At that moment, cameras caught her tilting her head down slightly and chuckling, seemingly unable to contain her reaction. And just like that, the clip went viral. The internet was divided. Some found her reaction completely understandable. After all, renaming a body of water that has been called the Gulf of Mexico for centuries sounded like something out of a comedy skit. Others, however, felt that her reaction was inappropriate for the occasion. This was not just any speech, it was a presidential inauguration, a moment of tradition, formality, and respect. Even if Clinton disagreed with Trump's policies, many believed that this was neither the time nor place to openly express her feelings. Some called it a lack of professionalism, arguing that former leaders should uphold a standard of decorum no matter their personal views. Regardless of where people stood, one thing was clear: Clinton's laugh became one of the most talked about moments of the inauguration. Whether it was a justified reaction or a moment of political pettiness, the internet made sure it wouldn't be forgotten anytime soon. Do you think Hillary Clinton's reaction was justified, or was it unprofessional? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more.